Alright, sons out, burns out, don't think twice, just blank. You know it's your boy Drew, and I'm gonna come at you with some psychology today. Market's looking good, FOMC at 2 o'clock. We're gonna just go over some psychological time frame correlation. Let me show y'all what I'm talking about. I swear I'm a teacher. That's so funny. I be swearing I'm a teacher. I hope everybody's doing blessed today. Everybody's seeing that the markets are looking very fruitful. Um, And yeah, I may not, be your favorite psychologist, but if I'm making any type of sense, make sure you check out the video, share it, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe if you want to, but you should, Don't just follow your desires and what you want. Follow what you need, what's good for you. This is food for knowledge, so check it out. Um, don't say nothing about my handwriting either. I don't want to hear nothing. Nathaniel, I don't want to hear nothing. Trading psychology. Okay. So we have the time frames, right? I'm gonna just do the basic ones: month, weekly, daily, 4 hour, 1 hour, so on. Monthly, weekly, daily, 4 hour. Okay? And then we're gonna go to 1 hour, 30 minutes, 15, and then we'll do a 5. Let's do 4 and 4. So let's say the average person was raised, with good, was raised to think good, was raised to help somebody. So let's say they have God in their life. They believe in God, so to speak, or believe in a higher power. So we'll put higher power. Okay? So let's say you have your belief system as your monthly. You feel strong. You feel structured. You're heading up. You're bullish. You want to help people. You want to spread good. You care about the world. You care about animals. You care about health. You're too loud, bro. JT Profit. Shout him out. Go check him out. So I'm not gonna tell you everybody I learned from. All my psychology. I can name over 15, 20 people on books I've read, interviews, studies, case studies. But really, I'm just trying to relate it as much as I can to an everyday person, So you believe at higher time frame, you believe in a higher power, okay? Next, weekly, you're saying, say you choose a religion. So let's say you're Muslim, Christian, Nation of Islam, whatever it is. So you have a religion. So you believe in a higher power. You say, let me organize a little more. I want to find me a religion. And then let's say daily, you study and you pray. Okay? So you believe in a higher power. You find your religion. You start practicing. You study. You pray. You actually own up to it and you want to get better, So on your 4 hour, now you're looking outwards. Let's say you're looking for your last bit of piece of structure. So let's say you volunteer. It's gonna make sense at the end, just stay with me. So let's say you volunteer and you teach. Let's say you volunteer and you teach. So you have your higher power you believe in. You find a religion, you start studying, you go to church or whatever, you pray, and then you volunteer and you teach, you give back. You want to teach good, you want to spread good, you want to not necessarily bring people into your religion, but bring people into a world of peace. Bring heaven on earth. Rather than living hellish, living in drugs, living in sin, trying to kill people, being insecure, being depressed, maybe even being suicidal, right? So now, we get into 1 hour, 30 minutes, 15 and 5. So let's say something happens in your life, Maybe you got abused. or maybe you suffer some type of trauma. So now we're getting into our 1 hour. Over here, you've been abused. So you got your higher power, you practice your religion, you study each and every day, and you start volunteering, teaching, and giving back. Whether it's to kids, whether it's to your family, and then something happens along the line. You have some trauma, some abuse, and now you're feeling a little, unworthy. Now you're feeling a little less. You get what I'm saying? So dropping down to the 30 minute, let's say, you start drinking. Popping pills. It's getting kind of hard to remember all this stuff over here because now on your lower time frame you're suffering. You feel like you're not as adequate. You feel inadequate. You don't feel like yourself, right? You start using. You losing some of that spirit. Maybe you're not going and volunteering and teaching as much. Maybe you're not doing that as much. Oh, what's up here? Now maybe you're not volunteering and teaching as much. You're still praying because you're kind of hoping, You may be studying and trying to find, something to make you feel like yourself again. So now maybe you find some friends, and you guys start partying. You don't feel like yourself, so you're not gonna do self stuff anyways. You're not exercising, you're not practicing, you're not teaching anymore because it's hard to teach something that you're having trouble, sticking to. Now remembering you're letting your lower time frame is starting to dictate your higher time frame. But over here you still believe, you still have it in you. You have some type of religion, some form of structure. And maybe, they're having trouble connecting to you personally. Maybe somebody in the church or somebody in the group doesn't really understand what happens to you, whether you've been abused, whether you've been sexually assaulted, whatever it is. So now you're partying. So now maybe you're not praying as much. Maybe you're not studying no more. Maybe you get into a toxic relationship. So we didn't even get down here, This is already starting to affect your higher time frame. What you're doing every 30 minutes, maybe every hour, maybe what you're thinking about, it's always on your mind. It's starting to affect what you do every 4 hours. Maybe you're thinking about skipping work now. Maybe you're thinking about, trying stuff, experimenting, right? Whether it's you going into same sex, whether it's you experimenting more into into sexual intimacy, whatever it is. And now you're in a toxic relationship, or more than one. Maybe you don't even believe in being monogamous anymore. So, and I hope this comes out because I know it's kind of like backwards, but still in your higher time frame, you believe in a higher power, God, Allah, Yahshua, Yahweh, and now your religion is starting to suffer. Now you're questioning your religion. Now you're like, you guys can't help me. I'm not coming here. I'm not practicing this. Maybe now, you're freelance. Maybe now you're freelance believing. Maybe now you're freelance belief. You believe in a higher power. You like, God gonna watch me. No matter what I do. I can assault somebody, abuse myself. God's still gonna watch over me, which is true. But on higher time frame, we're forgetting something. We're forgetting that you are the one who believes in the higher power. You have to believe in the higher power, no matter how much the higher power believes in you, because we have trees here, so obviously we're supposed to breathe. We don't have to think about what kind of oxygen we need every day. It's here for us. We have food, whether we have to hunt it or whether it's delivered to our front door, right? We understand we have to believe in higher power even when higher power believes in us. So no matter what's going on in the lower time frame, at your highest, I let this be. We still have to believe in the power itself as well as ourselves. So all through this is because of doubt and self. It's because of doubt and self. Because let's say, you know, you believe in high power, but you're freelance, you know. You might be studying the Quran, you might be studying the Bible, you might be studying, you know, Catholicism, you might be studying Christianity, whatever, you might be studying Islam. So now you're all over the place, you know. You're looking for the commonalities, and you're just saying, okay, as long as I don't kill anybody, I'm good, you know. As long as I don't steal, you know, I'm good. But you're still tormenting yourself. You're still bringing hell into your own life, right? Your higher time frame is strong for a reason. This might as well be your year, your 5 year, your 10 year. Because as long as you've been alive, it's been there. You don't tell your heart to beat, you know. You don't tell your body to filtrate and take all the nutrients and vitamins out of whatever you're eating or drinking, and then get rid of the rest and waste it. This is a you thing. You have to realign yourself. You have to do the work. You have to believe. You have to believe. You see how it's still there? But you're all over the place. There's no structure. There's no trajectory. There's no angle. You have no aim. What good is a gun if you shoot it everywhere? What good is a scope if you don't use it? You know what I'm saying? I could have a nuke. I could have atom bombs. I could have whatever. But what good is it if I don't aim it right? I could just drop it right on myself, right? I could just blow myself up. You got to have some type of destination. You got to have some type of aim. That's why little goals make the big goals. And the big goals make the little goals. This time frame is just as strong. So let's say 5 minutes. We get some therapy, some counseling. We start reading. $5 minutes. Therapy, counseling. Then 15 minutes, let's see what happens. Maybe your significant other doesn't like that. So we have a breakup. And breakup sounds bad, right? Oh, we broke up. Oh, we broke up. But that might be out with the bad, in with the good, right? Because now, not only are you open to a better relationship, you don't have any type of anchor on you. You don't have anybody influencing you negatively. So now say you're not drinking as much. You're not drinking as much, you know? Nobody's perfect. Let's say you're smoking. And let's say you're going to therapy, you're reading, you suffer a breakup, now you're smoking. Maybe you're in solitude. You're going through a lot of stuff. Maybe you don't want to talk to anybody. 30 minutes. Solitude. You like your peace now. Now you want to keep stuff to yourself. I want to be on my own. I don't want anybody to bother me because I can do bad all by myself. I don't trust anybody. I don't want anybody around me. You know? That's okay. It's a stage. You know? It's a stage. These are all stages. It's a ripple effect, you know? It's a ripple effect. You don't see it, but that's how life works. It's a ripple effect. I start working out. I may not see the changes right away, but my body's loving it. I'm hydrating. I'm getting sleep. My body's loving it. So back to this. 5 minutes, you start therapy. Start reading. People around you like, you acting weird now. I thought you wanted to smoke and drink and be, you know, be low life, so to speak. You're like, nah, I got to break up with y'all. Break up with your friends. Break up with people around you. And now, maybe you're smoking. You're in solitude. I may be talking about me. I may be talking about you. I might be talking about us. I might be just talking about human beings. You can supplement in whatever you want to. You might exercise, you might be doing yoga, whatever it is. Just supplement it in. Get the bigger picture and ignore the messenger. Look at the bigger message. You did what I'm saying? And I'm going to correlate it all the way back to trading. So now you're smoking, you're in solitude. So what happens in solitude? You're reading, you know? Maybe you're not thinking about your trauma so much. Maybe you're not dwelling in the past anymore. Maybe now you're praying again. What is prayer? It doesn't do nothing, right? But it's positive self-talk. I've never heard somebody pray negative, you know? If anything, I think they call that voodoo or something like that. I've never heard anybody pray negative and cuss out God, you know? They might be frustrated, they might be angry, they might be confused, they might be having doubt and worry, but I've never heard anybody had any negative self-talk, any negative prayer. So positive self-talk. So now, your energy's feeling a whole lot better. You feeling good, therapy, reading, you break up with all the negatives, you know, get rid of all that, the anchors. You start smoking maybe. People don't like it, they might not love it. But you're coping how you felt necessary. You do what I'm saying? Now you're in solitude. You have time to speak and you have time to meditate. You have time to pray, you know, because you don't just pray and then go do what you want. You pray and you meditate. You send out thoughts, you send out answers, and then you meditate to receive. A lot of people just pray, they don't meditate. A lot of people meditate, they don't even pray. You can do both. But yeah, you want to pray and meditate. So positive self-talk. Let's even write meditation in there. Let's go to the 4 hour. So now, you're doing therapy, you're reading, you have a bad breakup, which turns out to be good. You're smoking, you're in solitude, you're praying, you're having positive self-talk. Now maybe you're exercising. So now you're doing something with your time. You're exercising, you're meditating. Okay? Exercising and meditating. So now your lower time frame, what you thought was you know, didn't matter, those little things are starting to make the bigger picture come alive. So now we're in the 4 hour, we're exercising, we're meditating, right? Feeling good. You got to be feeling good. If you're doing therapy, you seek counseling, you're getting support, whether you have to pay for it or whether it comes naturally, you're understanding. The higher time frame is working. You understand this is being navigated the whole time because there's a higher power. There's something that believes in you, but you still have to believe in yourself. So now 4 hour exercising, we're meditating, and now on the daily, you might be scared, you know? This might be, you know, down the line, months, weeks, you know? It might happen instantly, you know? Sometimes we get scared of instant gratification, but sometimes when you get rid of stuff, something good comes in your life like that. Like that. You just gotta believe. Can't be scared of what's good for you, you know? I might start eating vegetables and feel great. That doesn't mean, oh, no, I can't go work out right now, you know? I just stopped eating meat, you know? I just stopped, you know, drinking and smoking. Take it slow. But sometimes you feel good. Don't deny what's natural. Don't deny what's natural. So on the daily, exercise and meditate. Maybe you're back volunteering. You're feeling more like yourself. You're feeling like you can spread some of this energy. You're back volunteering. You're back teaching. You know, that's on the daily. And then let's say on the weekly, you find you a group. Maybe it doesn't have to be a church. Maybe it doesn't have to be a specific religion. But you find you a group that believes in spirituality. So maybe you're back working on spirituality with peers. You know, you find like-minded individuals. You know, why be on this life in this world? You know, we have only over 300 million people in this country. Why you want to be secluded and be alone? Why not spread some of that? Why not tap in? You know, there's power in numbers, right? There's power in numbers. Individual, together. Individual, together. Would you rather be slapped or knocked out? You know what I'm saying? So And that's rhetorical. Obviously, people would rather be slapped. It's disrespectful. But nothing hurts like a knockout. And then what are you gonna do when you're asleep? What can somebody do to you when you're asleep? Right? So look at this. The little things created the big things. And the big thing was never lost when you got lost in all these little things. Because a lot of times we get emotional about situations that are sure to be extinct, you know? Whether you've been raped, or are you raped every day? Some people, they've been abused, they've been in captivity. So I can't speak on everything. And I've never had that happen to me, you know? But at the same time, it's not gonna last forever. Some people escape, you know, captivation, you know? Some people escape being being kidnapped or anything, or being trafficked. Because this is real, it's been happening. But this is just hypothetically speaking. It's not gonna last forever. If you've been poor, how many people have poor stories? How many people say, I was rich and I lost it all? Whether you hit the lotto or whether you build a business up and lost it during coronavirus or something. You have to understand, there's something out there and people out there that care about you, but you gotta care about yourself. You have to understand and realign. And it starts with the little things. Who knew that a little reading, a little therapy would get you all the way up here? Now let's say higher time frame, higher power, you believe in your higher power, and now let's say now you're successful, you know? You know what I'm saying? Now you're successful. Now you're married. Now you have kids. Now you're in business. Maybe that's not what you expected. Maybe it doesn't have to be on one of the biggest companies in America or in the country, you know, or it doesn't have to be top 5, you know, in the industry. But it's personal preference. As long as you're not down there, you're not dead, it's okay to go up here, you know, and stay balanced along the way. Understand that people are messed up too. There was other people on other sides of the country, other sides of your street maybe, other sides of the world who are going through the exact same thing. You may not have talked to them, you may not know who the hell they are, but the exact same thing. Because we all human, we all have emotions, you can't avoid it, right? It's something you just have to understand. You have to believe, 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 believe. You have to believe. Not just in a higher power, because God's not going to come down here and make you, you know, win that race, make you build that business, make you take those trades. You have to believe in self. Because self, down the line, was drinking, was popping pills. Self, down the line, went through that situation by themselves. Self, you know, stop talking to family, you know. Self started getting into bad relationships. Self started partying. You might blame the devil, you might say I was possessed. Self was partying, having good times until, you know, it wasn't good. Whether you went to jail, whether you know, whether you was in the hospital. Self. Lower time frame, what you do little things each and every minute, each and every day, how you think about yourself, how you think about other people, navigates and controls higher time frame. Higher time frame will always dictate, if you set your mind and set structure early on. I believe in higher power, I believe in God, I believe in positivity, we're here for each other, I believe in helping people, I believe in strength, power from within, I believe in meditation and prayer. Believe, believe, believe. That's how it has to go. So higher time frame created success, marriage, kids, and business just as much as lower time frame created success, marriage, kids, and business. Health, wealth, which doesn't have to make you a billionaire, but not being dead and not being in the hospital, not being in jail, not being on the streets, being on drugs is a whole, you know, rich lifestyle within itself. Having a bed, having a roof over your head, having clothes on your back, we don't miss it till it's gone. So you have to understand that self-talk, that matters. That prayer and meditation. That prayer and meditation, that matters. exercising. It doesn't have to be running. You don't have to be Arnold Schwartz. You feel me? You don't got to be a bodybuilder. A little walk, 15 minutes, 30 minutes. A little sun exposure, a little vitamin D. How your diet is. I didn't even put diet in here, but your diet, what you're eating, how you're treating yourself. You eating emotionally or you eating for health? You're eating for for life, you know? You're eating holistic. Or you just eating sugar because you feel scared and you feel nervous. You just eating, junk food. You eating grease. You eating fried food because you're stressed and you're depressed. You think about money all the time. How am I do this? How? Questioning how? You don't ask yourself, how am I gonna sleep? You just go to sleep. You know what I'm saying? You don't ask your heart, how are you gonna beat today? You don't ask your stomach, how are you gonna digest today? You don't ask your brain, how are you gonna, help me think today? How are you gonna come up with ideas today? It's an everyday practice. 15, 30-minute hour. Makes up your hour. 3 of these to get into these, 2 of these to get into these, 2 of these to get into these, 4 of these to get into these, 6 of these to get into these. Yeah, I took a little long. I had to do a little mental math. You feel me? 7 of these to get into these. 4 of these to get into these. 12 of these to get into these. 5 of these to get into these. 2 of these to get into these. Everything matters. Ripple effect. Everything matters. And you have to stay. Now imagine, real quick, imagine maybe on the lower time frame, you're not smoking, you're not in solitude. You're around junkies. You pregnant, I'm gonna just mix it up. You got pregnant from some dude, and on the 5-minute, you just have trust issues, which can happen because at the end of the day, this is how our life looks. Higher time frame is always gonna be there. How you think, what your structure is always gonna be there. But let's say on the lower time frame, you have trust issues. So you're a little shaky up here. You're still doing some of these activities, but you're not all the way in. You're not 2 feet in. You have trust issues. And then somehow you find a dude, he tells you what you want to hear, or she tells you all this good stuff, you believe in her, and you get pregnant. Whether you're a dude, pregnant is pregnant. You physically don't have a baby, but maybe the woman that you're with, has a baby. You don't even trust her like that. You don't even know if she's taking care of the baby like that. You don't know if she's feeding the baby. She don't pick up your calls when you're supposed to. You go find her. She doesn't want to let you in. Maybe she's not answering your text messages. You hanging out with bums. Whether you met them at work, whether you met them, because they're convenient. They stay close to you. You hanging out with bums and junkies. You got somebody pregnant or you pregnant and you got trust issues. All this right here. This right here is enough to drive somebody off the edge. Just this, but look at the time frame it's in. Look where your higher time frame still is. Look at these things that still might be going for you. You have positive self-talk and prayer, but now you have maybe a little negative self-talk because you can't ignore what's right in front of you. A lot of people have trouble, connecting the dots when they have, like, say you stay in a project. A lot of people don't even know what that is, never seen it, never will. But say you stay in a project, stay in a small, low-income, government housing where you don't pick your neighbors, you don't know where the next meal is coming from, you have to wait for checks, you're still having babies because you're human, you're still having relationships, maybe you're getting into drugs, you're getting pregnant, you got trust issues, you don't even believe in the people you're with, you don't believe in the people you're around, you don't trust your family, you have negative self-talk, you're still praying, but you're like kind of hoping, God, please save me. You're meditating, maybe your exercise is down to 5 minutes. Maybe you just walk up and down the stairs a couple of times and you're like, ooh, that's enough. Compared to when you used to go to the gym or whatever. This right here is enough to drive somebody off the edge. They forget all about this good stuff going on because of this lower time frame nonsense. Stuff that they might have got themselves into. Sometimes you can be born in it. If you're a child, if you're young, if you don't know any better, you weren't taught. But this is enough to drive somebody off the edge, to have depression, suicidal thoughts, or to dig holes deeper. And then every minute you're doing something dumb that doesn't even connect with your purpose. Doesn't even connect with your higher time frame. But this is still here, right? Sometimes you have to write it down so you can see it visually. Because visually you might see trauma, you might see killing, you might see, addiction, you might see abuse. But in your head, you're like, I know there's better out there. I know there's better out there. Maybe you done seen it, and then maybe you just failed, and you're trying to get back up, or maybe you were born in that situation. You're like, man, I gotta make it out. I know it's better on the higher time frame, You think people in project homes don't work out? You think people in the low income neighborhoods don't read, People in poverty don't do good things, they don't pray, they don't meditate. Yeah, we're all human. We all have access to a higher power. We all have access to a higher power. We all have access. You have to believe. This right here can drive people nuts. The main thing of this is to believe in higher time frame. Understand what's going on. You know that this can turn this. Some people just lose higher power, don't believe in God anymore. They lose the success, and they're like, I did all this work, I lost success, I got a divorce, marriage, my kids don't like me, I lost my business. Now they might just turn the higher time frame and be like, I don't believe in nothing. I'm just going to wing life. But the higher power doesn't go anywhere. It's still there. You show me how to make your heart beat. You show me how to make, oxygen come out and carbon dioxide. You show me how to do that, and we can do that. A lot of people want to go scientific. They want to believe that, we can just manipulate everything. We can clone everything. We can GMO everything. Going away from self. But higher power is you didn't make yourself born. You didn't make your heart beat. You don't make your blood pump. You don't make your food digest. Some of these things have to be induced because of trauma, because of illness, because of tragedy. But on the regular, y'all know. I don't really care what happens. Not to be rude, I don't care what happens down here. Somebody passes away, that was close to you. It doesn't matter. A lot of us live like this, we're doing good, but we still have that negativity in us. We haven't moved on from a lot of this trauma. We haven't moved on from a lot of these losses. Now we're going to translate. Where is it? Follow me. Yeah, I don't like scripting stuff. This is just all from the dome because I know people. I am people, Stuff that happened to me happened to people. I've been shot. People been shot. I've been in the hospital. People been in the hospital. I got dysfunctional family. People got dysfunctional families. I done been broke. People been broke. I trade. People trade. You want to be your own person? Everything is different. I get case by case. You have your own DNA, your own genes, your own allergies, whatever it is. But you, me. I'm you. We us. You human? Me too. You like to eat? Me too. You need water? Me too. I'm trying to be so different now. Don't forget we come. We all, some of us born in our homes, but we all come from the same place. We all come from that same, we all come from the same place. How was you born? All right, some people get C-section. I'm sorry, my bad. But where you coming from? I don't see you coming from no pigs, no horses, no man. You come from a womb in. You come from a womb in. Now, I know some of y'all out there trying to have babies on your own. You don't even want man no more. You don't. Good luck. Why can't I just have babies without men? Why can't I just have kids without these women? I don't want to. Can't live with us. Can't live without us. So, back to trading. So let's say monthly time frame. we're bullish. Because in my eyes, higher power is bullish. We're going up. We're staying up. You might drop, hit higher lows, but we still going for higher highs, baby. Even if we're in consolidation, it's better than dropping down and breaking structure. Lower time frame, you might want to hit, you might hit lower highs, lower lows. You might break supports, but overall, bullish. Life be bullish. So let's say we bullish, weekly, daily, bullish. Your 3 highest time frames. Monthly, weekly, daily. Bullish, bullish, bullish. Now 4 hour, we got a little consolidation. We got a little bearish action. And then 4 hour, 1 hour is bearish. 30 minutes, bullish. Correlates with 4 hour. 15 minute, bearish. Life is really trading. What's the difference between this and the example I had before? When everything might have been bullish, everything was in correlation with each other. Bullish, 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 your 3 highest time frames. This could be your God. This could be your higher power. This could be your religion. This could be volunteering and teaching. What's the difference? If you want to nitpick, that's on you. Bullish, bullish, bullish. We got bearish on 4 hour. Maybe you're in a bad relationship. Just to switch back and forth, but we're going to stay with trading right now. So bullish, bullish, bullish. We're on the 4 hour, we see bearish. We see bearish on the 1 hour. So that means opportunities, right? Whether you're a scalper or intraday, that means opportunities. As long as it's going up and it's going down, it's not consolidating, there's opportunities. 30 minutes bullish, bearish. You have to understand that these are always interchanging. These are always playing with each other. Obviously, these are more solid, so what's my bias? I'm in a bullish market, right? This might be confusing to you because you don't know how to, you may not know how to correlate it to what my example was just before this. But in my head, it's all the same. I connect. I don't try to disconnect. Unless it's bad for me. Or bad for us. But overall, this is the same thing. I'm seeing the same thing. I don't even see bullish. I see the same examples. I just see good and I see bad. I don't do the gray area. I see black, I see white. I don't do the gray area. I don't do in between. I don't like that. A lot of shit happens in between. A lot of stuff, like I said, happens in between. Overall, I see bullish. Lower time frame, I might see bearish. So I might have to just wait. We're bearish. We see bullish. We might get in on some bullish, but then what's happening on just the next time frame? Some bearish activity. Your lower time frame makes up your higher time frame. So this could be a change of structure. Could be bearish. Next thing you know, now we have 4 time frames in correlation to each other. Excuse the handwriting. I just don't want to make this video too long. We had 38 minutes. We're at bearish. Now, I'm like, hold your horses. What's going on? Could we be changing? We got bearish action up to bearish. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 time frames. Oh, the phone want me to stop too. I'm on 20%. We have 5 time frames on bearish and your 3 highest is bullish. So what would you go with? Where do you go now? We got numbers and bearish, and then we have the 3 strengths, the 3 powerhouses on bullish. You have to be patient with yourself. A lot of people let that go over their head. Me, I was born impatient. I liked everything quick. I'm young. I was a spoiled one. I'm the youngest one. I like things right now, in my face. Give it to me, or else. But you have to wait and understand that this too can pass, This too shall pass. Bullish. Now let's say you get in on a sale based off of, I think the lower time frame is see what I said? I think the lower time frame is about to change the higher time frame. Now you're stuck in a sale. You're taking sales. You might even be loading up, stacking your orders. And then what happens? You start going up to the 4 time frame. You hit like a resistance, and you're like, hold on. 4 hours turning bullish. You're like, okay. You might even add to your order. You might say, okay, this is just, just a little. We're just facing a little turbulence. And you see 1 hour go bullish. Now let's say 30-minute goes bullish. So now bullish is all moving in order. You're saying, okay, this might be the time. Still bearish up here. All with this thinking, all with this in and out, when the higher time frame is letting you know, you just have to be patient with yourself and trust. Believe. If you in your 15, you in your teens, your 20s, your 30s, you've been groomed in a certain mentality. Whether it's negativity, whether it's violence, whether it's gangs, whether it's drugs, you've been groomed some way, somehow. Whether it's by the government, whether it's by the military, you've been groomed. So you believe in whatever it is that your core foundation. So bullish. Now you taking out, you took out your sales. Now you in the buys. You like, ooh, it's time. Then next thing you know, what happens? We're reaching some consolidation. Maybe some news is coming up, some fluctuation. We got bearish on the 30-minute. We got a transition. Bearish on the 1 hour. Transition. We got bearish on the 4 hour. Bearish on the daily, right? But again, bearish. Monthly is still bullish. Weekly is still bullish. So you're looking at all these signs. You like, ooh. You might even start, hedging. You might be holding some buys, taking sales. Holding some buys, taking short-term shorts. But you still understand, higher time frame just sitting up here like, what are you doing? What is you doing? Hell is you doing? You sitting there getting caught, lost in all this sauce because you understand that this builds up the higher time frame, but your patience, your impatience, you're trying to get the best entry. You're trying to be sniper game. You ain't even Zoe. You ain't even Zoe like me and Kodak. You ain't even Zoe. You don't even know. You being impatient with self and with the process, because this is process of trading. Trading is a process. Trading is the transfer of wealth from the impatient to the patient. And what was my quote I put? Patience is you laughing with time. Impatience is time laughing at you. You know what I'm saying? So overall, over here, high time frame laughing at you like, what's going on, bro? What's going on, miss? What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? You caught up in all this sauce. You understand lower time frame affects higher time frame, but higher time frame distinguish what the lower time frame is supposed to be doing. So you're waiting for the ripple effect, but at the same time, you're trying to guess. You're trying to beat the punch. Patience. Y'all know how to spell. Y'all know how to spell. Patience. Turn that. Patience. And put the work in behind the scenes. Patience. Put the work in behind the scenes. You know you're great. You was made for greatness. You was made from greatness. You might not be around the greatest people. You might not be in the greatest environment. But you still have to do what? What's the B word? Believe. You didn't put all this work in. You didn't invest this money. You don't have these positive self-talks because you're crazy. It's because you're sane. But it becomes insane when your actions don't follow your thought process or your strategy and your plan. These time frames correlate, but you sitting there trying to beat it to the punch. You trying to guesstimate. You wanna post a picture so quick, take screenshots. Instant gratification. Impatience. not understanding and trusting the process. Trust the process. You have to believe. Don't put all this work in and then not trust the market. Say it's the market makers, it's this, it's that. My girlfriend texted me, she messed up my phone, the Wi-Fi's down. You already know. I'm not saying nothing you don't know. You already know. Whether you believe in higher power or not, it's real. Whether you believe in higher time frame and structure or not, it's real. It's boss, it's king. So do yourself a favor, ladies and gentlemen. Understand, this is all a process. You're going to go through lower time frame. You're going to go through structure breaks. You're going to have breaks of support. And then you're going to have breaks of resistance. Should you be doing backflips just because it broke resistance or created a higher high? No, because what happens after that? We have to find ground for a higher level. Buyers exhaust out, and we have to find ground and go down and find a lower price in which people will be okay with to take it back up. And even then, it doesn't have to happen when you want it to. It doesn't happen. It has to happen how you want it to. It doesn't have to be a perfect double top. It doesn't have to be a perfect, head and shoulders. But it's gonna happen. Just give it time and do what? Believe. 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 Oh shit. My bad, y'all. I was trying to do something cool. But yeah, I mess with y'all. I'm gonna stay tuned with y'all. Y'all stay tuned with me. If this finds nobody, it's real. If it finds everybody, that's what's up. I hope you utilize it. I pray y'all stay blessed. Stay peaceful, stay happy, and understand the power is always here and here. You feel me? I might have chargers, I might have batteries, I might have outlets, but we God-made, not man-made. You know what I'm saying? So just believe and understand and trust the best you can to the best of your abilities. Don't let the drugs do it for you. Don't let the liquor do it for you. Don't let somebody else do it for you and be your rock. You still have to be a rock yourself. It only takes a little of this 5-minute, 10-minute time frame, 15 minutes to create the monthly. Trust, and believe. Brains out. Goddamn.